Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'm sitting here talking to you. The weather continues to be weird because it's winter, but it feels like summer. Um, I want to thank China for this weather. Um, I'm just, I mean, I'm thanking China for everything now since they're going to end up ruling the world, considering half the things America does is to get China's money. So might as well just cut to the chase. I wonder when Biden gets in the office, is he gonna undo all the stuff Trump did to like lower the tariffs we put on China and everything, just to make it easier. Plus, Trump has some business dealings in China, so I'm pretty sure he'll put someone from China on his cabinet. She'll probably put the president of China, or whatever that person's called. What, like a dictator? The ruler? The king of China? God, but anyway, yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. And plus, I'm looking forward to the Chinese fashion. I want more of China to be involved in America's pop culture. I mean, like, Disney's doing a bang up job by making a Chinese only Star Wars. Yes, Disney made a Chinese only Star Wars. I mean, talk about pandering. I mean, like, Disney loves China. I mean, they even like that Mulan movie. They what? First of all, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where they filmed it, but I like how people are complaining that they filmed parts of Mulan next to the concentration camps they have in China. So because that's offensive. But like if they filmed them like far away from the concentration camps, well, that's okay. People are stupid. Okay? China has concentration camps. Get the fuck over it. Doesn't matter where anything is filmed. Okay? You buy stuff made from China. Doesn't matter if it was made near the concentration camp or in the concentration camp or 3,000 miles away from the concentration camp. It's still from a country with concentration camps. So stop trying to act offended because it was near it. Like, people are so stupid. Anyway, Disney made Disney has a really Disney has a SJW version of Star Wars. It's like comic books and like graphic novels. It's called the High Republic. It's Kathleen Kennedy's in charge of it because it's not important. Like the Mandalorian, John Favreau was in front of that, and that's why it's the only successful thing Star Wars has. And Kathleen Kennedy has nothing to do with it, and she's not allowed to be to have any say in it. Okay. But because Kathleen Kennedy likes China money, notice in the Disney trilogy they made sure Finn had a bit part and they shrunk his picture on the poster. It's because China doesn't like black people, and so that's why they kind of took Finn out of that the poster and stuff. But anyway, so Kathleen Kennedy made a Chinese version of Star Wars. So basically, it takes place in the Star Wars universe, but it takes place in like a different sector in space that isn't really mentioned. Well, yeah, they made it up. I get. Well, the whole thing's made up. But anyway, they added a different sector of space, and all the humans there just happen to be Chinese. But technically, there's no China in Star Wars, so they happen to be Asian, but it's whatever. Like the Star Wars version of Asian. I don't know the name of it. Okay, but like everyone has like mostly brown and black hair. Chinese eyes. So it's basically Chinese Star Wars. Okay, but anyway, and like the architecture they have in the buildings is like Chinese. Like the whole thing is just stupid. Like having China in Star Wars, like it just makes no sense. It just and it counts as canon. It actually counts. It's actually a part of the Star Wars universe. But it's and it's only published in Chinese. it's really just for the Chinese audience. But it counts, it's like a part of the story. So I don't know if they're gonna like if Kathleen Kennedy makes any more Star Wars movies, which I doubt, because she's horrible at it. Like it's proven the only thing she's good at when it comes to Star Wars is losing money. So I don't think she'll be making any more movies. Um, I don't know if she's even gonna be allowed to make anything on Disney Plus. But if she does get to do something on Disney Plus, I wonder if she's going to include the Chinese sector of Star Wars. If she does, it's going to be horrible because everything she's done so far has been horrible. But hopefully, she gets to do it because like the more crappy stuff she puts out, it's like the better Jon Favreau looks, and like the better Jon Favreau looks, the better for the real fans, people like me. I mean, I like Star Wars, but after seeing the first Disney movie, The Force Awakens, I'm just like, this is horrible. And I'll never forget, in The Force Awakens, like everything was really cool. Okay, like when Kylo Ren like stopped the laser blast in the air and held it, I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. And it took me about 20 minutes to finally get over seeing that. I don't know why I was so fascinated because I love seeing new force powers, and I was like, to me that was an amazing force power. Now it made no sense. It literally made no sense because he's basically stopping light. So okay, so but anyway, after 20 minutes of me trying to comprehend how did he stop a laser blast, and that wore off, I'm like, this movie sucks because nothing about the movie made sense. Like, why is Ray good at everything? It just made no sense that this girl who looked like she raised herself on a desert planet, why is she good at everything? And then like she's a pilot. It just made no sense. Like, when did she learn how to fly the Millennium Falcon? It's like she just jumped in and was like the best pilot ever. It just made no sense. And like literally after 20 minutes after Kylo Ren stopped that laser blast in midair, well, of course that's midair. After I got over that fascination, or whatever, I woke up. I'm like, well, this movie sucks. Um, my dad, who saw the movie with me, um, he thought the movie sucked. As soon as he saw Poe's X-wing, the first thing he said was, "They don't have any new spaceships." Because every Disney trilogy, the technology's been a lot different. Now, and granted, you could say that makes no sense either because in a society like that where it's all futuristic and they have like cybernetic limbs and all that crap, they've kind of reached the peak of like their technology. So like, why would everything look different every movie? But like in the prequels, the X-wings look like well, you saw what they look like. Well, actually, they weren't X-wings, but like they were the version, sorry, the what's it called, the whatever, just the past version of like an X-wing. And then you have like the original movies, the X-wings. Okay, but like there's a big jump in technology between those two movies. So in this movie, in the Disney trilogy, you're expecting a big jump in technology because that's what's been established. You're gonna get new technology in every set of movies. Okay, so when Poe's X-wing just looked like an X-wing, my dad was like, "Wait, they don't have any new spaceships?" And I agreed. I was actually expecting to see a different kind of something. It didn't have to be an X-wing, but because it had already been established that you're gonna get, an enhanced version, and it's the same thing. You're like, oh. So I mean, I was disappointed in that too. But that's not why I didn't like the movie. I just didn't like the movie because it was bad. And after I got over the Kylo Ren stopping a laser bolt in the air, I'm like, oh, it's not that good. And then it was just like the movie was just like A New Hope, like literally just like it, except it had a female protagonist that was like for some reason good at everything, and it just made the movie stupid. The most interesting character in The Force Awakens was actually Finn, because you had a stormtrooper defecting from the whatever New Order or whatever it's called, I forgot, That's very interesting. And like, how many times have you seen the backstory or the life or the behind the scenes of a stormtrooper? Like, never. That would have been so interesting. Except it's focused on this girl who's just good at everything. It made no sense. And then like when Rey could use the Jedi mind trick, that made no sense. Yeah, and that really threw me off. I'm like, wait, how come she can do it? It just made no sense. Like, has she done it before? No. She's never used the Force before. It just, like, whoever wrote that is a moron. And didn't it took, I don't know, it took, yeah, it took Luke Skywalker, 3 movies to be able to do the Jedi mind trick. Ray's doing it like in the first 40 minutes of a movie. It was just stupid, and I'm just like, that really took me out of it too. Um, like the same old X-wing, and then like I don't know, just Ray being able to pilot the Millennium Falcon all badass, and then using the Jedi mind trick. I'm like, she's like she's like the best ever, like literally, like she's literally the best. Except she lives on this desert planet. It just so much made no sense. So anyway, yeah, Star Wars is horrible. And then like after seeing The Force Awakens, I didn't see any of the other movies. I've seen clips of the other movies on YouTube because that's how bad The Force Awakens was. I I was just done with Disney Star. I mean, I was done with Kathleen Kennedy Star Wars. There you go. There you go. I'm not done with Star Wars. I'm done with Kathleen Kennedy Star Wars. But because everything ends with the Kathleen Kennedy Star Wars, I don't even watch The Mandalorian because I know it ends with like what we had, that crappy Disney shit. So it's like it's pointless because all the heroes are ruined. Basically, Kathleen Kennedy did a great job of ruining heroes. Why? Because she wanted, which looks like a self-insert to me, just like, because it's, just like a young white woman. I'm sure Kathleen Kennedy thinks she's, probably sees herself in Rey. Um, in fact, I bet you Kathleen Kennedy actually wanted to star in the movie. But anyway, yeah, it's just pointless. So. But I'm glad. But I like Gina Carano, and I'm glad she's having success in the Mandalorian. I mean, but like I'm a Gina Carano fan from her MMA days, not from her acting days. I mean, yeah, I've seen Deadpool. She was great in it, and I've seen. I think she did. I forgot the name of the movie, but I saw this other movie she did, and she's a she's one of the few female actors, like action stars. I consider her an action star who actually looks convincing when they're fighting. Well, because that's what she does. She is actually a MMA fighter. So when she's beating someone up, it looks believable. Like I get like her beating up a man. But I'm like, oh well, that looks real. But like how many times you see in a movie where you have like a woman who's like whatever, 100 pounds beating up a guy who's like 300 pounds. It just looks stupid. But like when Gina Carano does it, it actually looks real because she actually can do it in real life. So I mean, there's a big difference. But like I'm happy for her success. But other than that, like I don't care about the Mandalorian, even though it's great. I mean, I've seen enough of the Mandalorian, even though I don't have Disney Plus. I've seen enough of the episodes because I'm not paying for Disney Plus. But like, there's ways to get around it. Um, but anyway. Yeah, so right now the only good thing coming out of Star Wars is The Mandalorian, and Gina Carano is the best. Well, it's a whole opinion, but Gina Carano is definitely a highlight of Star Wars, and I'm pretty sure she's gonna get her own spin-off show. But I went off on a little tangent there, but it's well deserved. Anyway, I hope you've been entertained. I'll talk to you later. Peace.